Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Dash of Sash, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. As you can tell, I'm wearing tropical colors because I know I miss the beach, right? So that's one thing from quarantine that I am missing. I am missing the beach. I can't wait to go to the beach. So this, of course, my outfit today was designed and made by yours truly, Sash Designers Collection. You can always check out my Instagram page for more designs from me. So the question is today, did I always know that fashion design was something that I wanted to get into? The answer is no. So today I'll be sharing with you all how I found fashion designing, or how fashion designing found me. So as we go on in today's video, we're just going to back it up a little bit, right? So I'm going to share with you a little about my teenage years. And I know I always share about my teenage years because it was a crucial time in my life. Like in my last video, I told you all that I struggled with depression, my identity and self-worth and stuff. So besides that, it was a crucial time for me because my dad died when I was 17 years old, and so that kind of affected certain things in my life. So I'm going to share that with you all. So bear in mind, this is not like a sad story or anything like that. I hope that it will serve as an encouragement to you all out there, and it's just how I found fashion designing. Right, we're at the point where I'm a teenager. I am confused as to what career path I want to take because I didn't know myself too well, and I did not know which career would be best suited for me. And so you may be a young person out there and you have to make certain decisions because after CXC or after whatever exams you did, you always ask yourself, what's next? Where do I fit? And so these were the questions that I had, and those were the things that I struggled with at that point in time. So I had just finished writing CXC and entered Form 6 when my dad passed away at the age of 17. So my dad was a sole breadwinner of our home. So my mom was a housewife and he would go out and work and stuff. And so when he died, my mom had to go back to school and find her job on her own. So it was a bit of a transition for me. I had to adjust to just having one parent and adjust to trying to make ends meet for myself. And so my mom now had to go back to school and look for a job herself in order to sustain the family. And so fast forwarding a little bit, I entered university. I enrolled in a degree in psychology, and I had to work and go to school because I had to help out myself. I had to help out in the family. I couldn't just sit back and look at my mom just take care of me. I had to help her in some way. And so I got myself a job, and I used to work some days and go to school some days. I am very grateful for my boss at that time who allowed me the time to go to school as well as still keeping my job. So I'm very grateful for that time. I truly had favor at that time. So here I was 18-year-old. I had a job. I started making money. I started feeling good about myself, a little bit independent. I'm paying for my degree. I have money in my hand to do a little extra shopping, and things were going pretty okay. So I was helping out in the home and really funding myself to go to school. But then January 2016 came and I was laid off, and that was just like a slap in my face because I was just in the middle of my degree, and I started to wonder, like, how will I complete this because I need semester fees. I need to get certain things to go to school. I need travel and money and all of that. And so that was the problem at that time. So at that time, I had hoped that that job would have sustained me to finish my degree and then I would get a better job. But things just didn't happen the way that I planned it. And in life, it just goes like that. Things happen unexpectedly, and you just have to adapt and try to get new solutions to problems. So I was now unemployed, and I sent applications to numerous agencies in hope of getting a next job. Unfortunately, that did not happen until 3 years after. So during that 3 year period of being unemployed from a full-time job, I had to pick up 3 part-time jobs. My 3 part-time jobs were working at a Chinese restaurant, teaching 2 primary school students in the area in which I live, as well as an invigilator for exams. So during exam times, I would invigilate. So as you can see, those were not stable incomes. It was added together, it was just enough to sustain me as a human being and to save for the next semester, the upcoming semesters. So yes, my mother did agree to help me partially, so she would provide like my basic needs, but using the money from the 3 part-time jobs, I had to save for my next semester in order to help myself to go to school. So it was the July-August vacation of 2017, and Emancipation Day was approaching, and I wanted an emancipation wear. I remember wanting that emancipation wear so bad, but I had to put my priorities straight because there was the upcoming semester in September and I had to save for that. So I only had enough money for basic necessities and to save for the upcoming semester. Then this bizarre thought just come to my mind. So I was sitting in the living room and I was just thinking about it, how much I really wanted the outfit and I just wanted something different. And so this thought just came to my mind, maybe you should just try sewing one. So bear in mind, this thought was bizarre because number one, I had no experience in sewing. Most I could have done in sewing was probably just sew a straight stitch on a straight piece of cloth. I had no experience in cutting, no experience in measuring or anything like that. And so that thought came to my mind, and funny enough, with that thought, it had like a gravitational pull. Like something inside of me was just saying, you know what, you need to try this. You need to go and get some cloth and really put your hands at this. Try this out. So I was always up to trying something new, but what was different about this time is like I had no fear about trying it. And there, as I said before, there was this pull inside, something just pulling me towards going to try this, something, a confidence inside of me that I just can't explain, that made me feel like yes, I could achieve this, yes, I could do this, yes, it's worth trying. And so the very next day I went to a cloth store in Port of Spain and I purchased 3 yards of African cloth. Now that came up to $60, so it was just $20 a yard and it was well within my budget. So I was like, $60, this is just right to try something new. So I did my research, I watched some videos and I started to sew an African skirt. Now bear in mind that I had no experience in sewing. I never sewed anything on my own or anything like that. This was completely new to me and I was just trying out something. And I would be lying to just say that everything worked out fine and there was just this divine intervention and wow, I just decided and I just got through with sewing an outfit on my own. No, it was a lot of struggles because it was my first time. I was confused about certain things. Some of the videos didn't even explain how to do certain things well, so I was a bit lost on certain terms that they were using in the videos, and everything just seemed to be like a struggle. But as I said, there was this inner fuel, this inner passion stirring on the inside, that although I was struggling at certain times, I felt completely lost. There was just something inside of me pushing me towards doing that. And what I have learned during that time is that passion pushes you to that place that you need to be, and purpose just pulls you in, it pulls you to that place. And that is what happened to me. And although I was struggling, I still pushed my way through because I felt so fulfilled doing it. I felt like it was truly something that I just needed to try. So my mom came home that day and she saw me struggling in making the African skirt. And she was like, why you just didn't ask me for some money? I would have just given you the money. You know what? Here's the money. Go and buy yourself an African wear. Go and save yourself the time, save yourself the struggle, and just go and buy an African wear. But in my mind, although I was struggling, I just was so determined to finish, to try this, to see how the outcome will be like. So of course I declined her offer to give me the money to go and buy an emancipation wear, and I pressed through the struggle. I am a very determined person, and what you'll find is that if I set my mind to do something, I do not care. I do not care if the rain falls. I don't care if anything come in my way. If I set my mind to do something, I will do whatever it takes to get or to do what I set my mind to do. It's just I have such a determined mind. So yes, although I was struggling, there was this passion inside that I never felt before with anything else that I put my hands to do. It was just such something so different, something so fulfilling. And so I gave myself a week to complete that outfit because I wanted to wear the Sunday of Emancipation Day. I can't remember if Emancipation Day was a Sunday itself or sometime in the week, but I wanted to wear it the Sunday before Emancipation Day. So I was able to successfully finish the outfit. I must say that my mom helped me with a difficult part that I really struggled through. My mom have a little more experience in sewing than I at that time, and so she helped me along that time, like to put in the waistband and stuff. But the majority of it I did it on my own, and that's when I found out that fashion designing is just not something that I enjoy doing, but it's like my passion, something I'm very passionate about, something that makes me so excited, something that makes me so happy. I mean, I could have a bad day and I come home and start designing and I will feel so refreshed, I will feel so happy, I will feel so excited, I will feel to live again, I'll feel like I have purpose, like I have something to live for, and that's the kind of excitement I get from fashion designing. So that Sunday I wore my outfit and many people gave me great comments, like they love it, it looks so nice, it looks so beautiful. And from that day on, I never stopped designing, and it just keeps going, and I just keep getting better and better at it. So as I said before, I had no experience in sewing, and so I finally enrolled in a class last year and started a sewing class in order to know how to sew very well and professional. At the end, I did finish my psychology degree, but I also gained a skill that I didn't know about. So during my unemployment years, I was able to discover that skill, and so I now have my degree as well as a skill that I never knew about. So these are the lessons that I learned during that period of my life. Number one, your gifts, your talents, your abilities are all inside of you. It's already there. You were born with it. It's just for you to observe it and to figure it out. It's already there. And the reason why I said that it's already there, when I look back on my life, I could definitely say that I was always an artistic person. I used to like everything in the arts. I used to like to draw, paint, color, dance, sing, write songs, write poems, everything in the arts I used to enjoy. So I was always an artistic person. It's just that I never really pay mind to it, to pursue it or to further it. Oh my goodness. So this is one of the first vests that I did a design on. Wow, it's probably about is the behind of the vest. Apparently I put my name on it. And so I would encourage parents to truly observe your children at what they gravitate towards, whether it's coloring, whether it's painting, whether it's singing, whether it's football, whether it's drumming, whatever it is. whatever your child is gifted in, most likely they will be gravitated towards it, they will enjoy it, they will like it. So always pay attention to that and try to lead them along that path to do something that they truly enjoy. Number two, some things that you're gifted in or talented in is something that runs in the family. Now, I never knew until recently when I started to design clothes that my grandmother on my father's side was gifted in that area. She was a designer. She used to design clothes for herself and her children. And so when looking back now, it's like, oh, that's where it came from. That's where I started to probably have an interest in it without even knowing. So looking back, my dad probably had seen that I would have been interested in making my own clothes. So we used to always go to the seamstress to sew our uniforms for school, and he would carry me with him. And I had a toy sewing machine that I would always carry, and I would try to imitate what the lady was doing and stuff. But in my mind, it was just me playing, me trying to imitate, me trying to do what she is doing. I did not see it as something that I was passionate about. And I remember that time while we were leaving the place, my dad told the seamstress that one day she will be sewing like you, because she always toting around this toy sewing machine. And little did I know at that time that probably my dad was observing something in me that I didn't even see myself. So again, I'm re-emphasizing the point to parents to really observe your children, what they are really gravitating toward. Number three, whatsoever you're gifted in or talented in, you'll always be passionate about you. It will always give you a fuel of excitement, of happiness, of true joy. So observe yourself, learn what you're most passionate about, what makes you happy, what makes you joyous while doing it, and those are most likely the things and the career path that you should take. So even while learning what career path to take, I would recommend that you do a test online. So this is a test that I did during my psychology degree in order to figure out which career path is best suited for your personality. There's one named Myers-Briggs personality test. It's aimed at asking you certain questions, and it will tell you exactly whether you fit. There's also John Holland's self-directed search. It's another one. You just type it up on the internet, and it will just ask you certain questions again, and you will know which category you fit in. For me, I'm both artistic and social. Of course, I higher in artistic because I gravitate towards art a lot. And lastly, passion will push you to that place that you need to be, and purpose will pull you in. So whatever you're gravitating towards in terms of skills and abilities, that is where you belong, that is what you should be doing. So I know some of y'all may be concerned about certain markets in the Caribbean for certain gifts and talents, and yes, it may not be something that you could depend on for a lifetime, but it can be a sideline thing. So I don't want you to think that your dreams or your goals or something that you're really passionate about shouldn't be pursued. Yes, it should be pursued, even if it's just something at the sideline. And just go after your dreams. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you go after the things that you really enjoy doing. So that's how I found out that fashion designing is one of my skills and talents. Again, it was already there, it's just that I never observed it as something to be pursued. And so I want you to do some self research, some introspection, and really find out what you're really good at. And it's not too late to pursue what you really want. I mean, I'm now in my 20s and I'm now realizing what I'm truly passionate about. And so it's okay if you're in your 30s or whatever it is, you go after to what you always wanted to do. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I would leave you with some of my designs thus far. I continuing along the lines of learning fashion designing and learning how to sew very well, and so I am happy to be on this journey, and I'm excited. I really enjoy fashion designing, and I hope you enjoyed today, and much love from Sash. See you next time.